Hello everyone, so here's how my summer has gone. I worked on this project with Lindsay Davidge and TJ Fudge of the UW Earth and Space Sciences Department. The theory we're looking at is that about 120,000 years ago, it's possible that the West Antarctic ice sheet would have collapsed. But scientists don't know this for certain, and one way to help figure it out would be to drill ice cores in Antarctica and examine the ratios of heavier isotopes like oxygen-18 and deuterium in water. Where my project comes in is that I'm using a few simple climate models to take in data from this experiment of a West Antarctic ice sheet collapse, and watch how the isotope ratios change, to try to figure out what's controlling the ratios and how they would respond to an actual ice sheet collapse. As you can imagine, this involves a fair amount of background reading. And I spent quite a bit of time, essentially with the help of Lindsay, running these simple experiments, using the climate models to understand their outputs, understand some global patterns, and essentially how they work. So of course, most of this project was coding. You can see here I did some in the library. I also did a bit of coding in my dorm, but mainly I worked in this office space. I worked with MATLAB and Python. The climate models were mainly in MATLAB, so for the most part I ran the experiments there. Then I'd export the variables and graph them and interpret them using Python. As you can imagine, there was a lot of copying and pasting and switching random variables around. I also got to do some lab work. One of my friends in the office is working with these Antarctic samples, so I helped transfer them to these vials and let them melt, and later they'd be put, I believe, into a mass spectrometer. I also did some fun things. Here you'll see me attempt to traverse snow. Goes about as well as you'd expect. I also tempted my fear of heights. And of course I went to a lot of cafes.